Hello, Ron Briggs, Blackmore Vale Honey, and welcome back to the channel. So in this episode, we're going to be doing a review on the Techtron UK Uncapping table. So when we built the honey house, we knew we wanted to put an uncapping table in here, and there's a few more things we need to do after, but we needed to wait till the uncapping table was in. So I ordered it, honey show back end of last year when we ordered the warming cabinet. So I've done the review on the warming cabinet, really impressed with that. That was a good buy. At the same time, I bought the uncapping table, but I only picked it up from the beekeeping show. And the reason I picked it up from the beekeeping show was to save myself £90 on delivery. So that's what you need to bear in mind. I don't know how much the other manufacturers charge for their delivery, and I don't know at what point you'd get free delivery. But when you compare the price, when you compare price for price, remember that these things, they have to be put on pallets and they cost a lot of money for delivery. So I picked it up from the honey show. So that's all I've done at the moment. I've literally picked it up, I've taken it out of the car, and I'll show you what it looks like basically out the box, and then we'll get it set up. So first of all, apologise if it's a bit dark in here. If I put the lights on, you get the flicker on the camera. So I think it's light enough. So we'll keep the lights turned off. So this is the way it arrived. There was a load more of this on. This is all that kind of like bubble wrap, loads of it, but it was all together. So there was that's the tray that goes in the bottom. You had this thing here, which is part of it. You got all the legs and other bits and pieces, and the lid. So I've already, just because it was easier, the guys up at the beekeeping show loaded it into my car for me, but it's quite heavy, so I took everything out, unwrapped it a little bit in the back of the car, took everything out, and then just got somebody to give me a hand to lift that in, which is not too heavy. So it was wrapped a lot more securely than what it is. So what I want to do now is I'm going to get that bubble wrap off, and then you notice it's got that film over the top of it, which all stainless steel seems to come with, and it's a nightmare to get it off. So I've got the hairdryer. Whilst that's upside down, before I fit the legs, before I do anything else, I'm going to take the time and get that off now before it's up the right way and it's difficult. So that's what I'm going to do first. So this ain't too bad, actually. It's coming off quite easy. For those of you that have been watching my honey house build, you'll know that all these, all this stainless steel, all had that stuff on it. The difference with this is on here, wherever they had the stainless steel and then they just joined the new stuff for it. So it's really difficult in all these little nooks and crannies to get it all out. Whereas on here, what you notice is that it's already been cut. So before they've stuck this on, they've already cut this piece out. So it's just coming off a treat. So it won't take me long to get the rest of that off. So there we are. We haven't got it all off yet, but we've got it all off the bottom, the sides, and the legs. The legs all had it on as well. Now, I haven't come across them yet, whether they're in here or not, but there is no instructions. And if you remember, there was no instructions with the warming cabinet either, but they were online. And in the emails that Daria sent, it sent the instructions with it as well. I haven't seen any of these yet. Whether they're on the website or not, I don't know. But that said, it ain't rocket science. You've got the 4 legs, which obviously go in each corner. And then when you look in each corner, you've got 4 recesses to accept some form of bolt. And then in the pack, you've got 8 of these bolts with the handles on the end, and they fit, so it stands to reason they go on. And obviously you can see by the number of holes that it's adjustable. For those of you who have met me know that I'm not really 6'4", so we'll set it off at as low as setting first of all, and then when we get it upright, if we need to raise it a bit, we can do. So they go on really easy. In actual fact, there's get another leg. I've got them set at the moment on the lowest, but there's even a minor adjustment between each one as well. So let's just get these other two on. I know it's not that heavy, but I don't want to bend it. So let's see what it's like getting it up on its feet, whether we need to go and get a hand to lift it up on its feet or not. So just turn that round there. Oh, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's not too bad. Okay, so it's up on its feet now. It's looking good. Just turn that around a minute. So remember what I said though when about all this stuff that goes on to protect the stainless steel. And I said what's really nice on here is that it was already cut to go around these pieces, which made it easy. Well, here by the handle, straight away I've seen that it's not. So if you try and peel this off now around that handle, you're just going to end up with loads of bits. But the handle is just on with a couple of nuts. So what's going to be really easy is just to remove the handle, even if you don't take it all the way off, just while we remove this. So let's do that. Yeah, so really, really easy to take these handles off. Really well engineered. They just got some nuts and bolts, and they sit in the recess, which takes the hex, so really easy to undo and do up. And trust me, it's much easier to remove this handle, to remove this protective film, than it is with it on. So I'll just get this film removed and put the handle back on again. So there we are. That was easy. Yeah, take the handles off to remove that. I've also taken the opportunity to remove the protective film off these two. These are probably harder than removing the protective film off that. And the only reason is the protective film and all this kind of stuff is wrapped all the way around. So it's around there, all the way around there, all the way around there to there. And that just makes it just come off in pieces. So the best thing to do is just try and take these strips off the inside first, and then the outside will come off much easier. So I'm just going to get that bit off there. We'll get it put on there, and then I'll show you the rest of what it looks like. Okay, so the more I'm building this, the more impressed I'm getting. I'll show you, I'll come in closer on all the bits in a minute. This to me is just the right height. But like I said, you can adjust it up and down. So let me turn you around and show you. Can you see the angle of which it slopes down that way? Because when you're doing your uncapping, all the honey will then drain that way, down through the hole there, and then out through the honey gate. And the honey gate feels really, it just feels really secure, really, you know, the seals on it are obviously all good. So that's quite cool. A little bit of movement in it, but I don't think that's going to cause me too much of a drama. And then you've got the mesh filter there, which goes inside. Let's put that in. So like I said, no instructions with it. I have to be honest, I haven't been online yet to see if there are any. So when I first saw this bit on the end of the mesh, I thought, that must go in upside down to give it the height, to give it a runoff. But no, not at all. That gives it the runoff, the shape what this is for, is so you can get hold of it. So you can get hold of it to actually lift it out again when you need to. Because if you didn't have that, it would be quite difficult to get hold of it. So yeah, and it's big and chunky and easy to get hold of. Even if you've got your gloves on, that's going to be all right. I suggest it probably goes best this end. Then it won't get all covered in honey. Be easy to remove. So that's quite cool. And then we have some of these. So what comes with it is that and that. So you get two of those with it. One's got the point on. You can see that one's got a point on there, and the other one hasn't. So let me grab a frame. Is when you're uncapping, you can put the end of your frame on there to do your uncapping with. And the reason for these is, and then what you do with these is you set them to the right, so you've got plenty of wiggle room, and then you do them up tight so they don't fall off. And then as you've uncapped your frame, you then put it over that side. Right, that's better. So you get one without a pin in it, one with a pin in it, but I purchased an extra one. So that's the beauty about going up to the various shows. You can actually speak to the people about it, and you can feel it, look at it, see what you want to do. And I chose an extra one because more often than not, I've got help up here uncapping. So 2 people can uncap on there. So what I got in here, that's 12. But that's 12 Hoffman frames. So obviously the super frames that I use, they're national, but the national super frames I use are not Hoffman's. They're the SM ones, so you do get more. So that's 12 there. You get 13, I reckon you can get 14, 15 in there. And that's the trouble I've always had, having enough ready to go into the spinner any one time. So that's a 12 frame spinner. I could easily get 14 on there. And then the beauty of this setup is I can then get another 14 on that side if I needed to. And then if I really got ahead of myself, because there's a couple of us in here working, then we can get even more in. So we could get 40 frames in there easy, ready to go into the extractor. So that's really cool. All this is adjustable, so it'll take any size frame that you've got. Yeah, like it. It's nice and robust. It's just exactly as I envisaged it. So what I'll do is, there's a roof to go on yet, which has got even more of that film on. So what I'll do, I'll get that put on. We'll get it all set up completely, and then I'll show you all the way around it and tell you what model it is and how much I paid for it, etc. So there is the lid on. When I come to take the film off the lid, the film's already cut around the handles on the lid, which made life easier. So if it was cut around the handles on the lid, really it could have been cut around the handles on the side as well. You know, being ultra critical here, aren't we? It only took a few seconds to take the handle off, but it could have been done. What I do like about this lid, however, though, this lid goes on here really tight. I say really tight. It goes on relatively tight. It's easy enough to get it off, but I like that. I like that a lot, because what that means is, depending on how much time you've got, you can do your uncapping, you can get it all into buckets, and then if you haven't got enough time, pop the lid on it, and then you can come back another day and sort out all the cappings on the inside. Just let the honey drain down a bit, and no debris or anything's going to fall in there. So we do like that a lot. And it's relatively easy, I say, to lift off. It's not that heavy. Quite long for the 2 handles, but then I have got the 1.5 metre version. I don't know what it'd be like if you had the 2 metre version. Perhaps you might have to give somebody give you a hand. But now it also came with this, that and the bolts. I'm not even going to take it out of its wrapper. Let me turn it around and show you. So it comes with this kind of, I don't know how you describe it, but it sits up on there, and the bolts come with it, and you bolt it onto the side of the uncapping table as you would, because what it's meant to be for is, some people apparently like to uncap, get that to rest on there, like to uncap that way round. I don't. For me, that would just be really awkward. So hence why I bought the extra bar with a pin on it. So I won't be using that. So I will leave that wrapped up. That'll go in the back of the cupboard. I may, the first time I use it, get it out and give it a go, just see what it's like. But I'm not even going to unwrap that at the moment because I don't intend to use it. But once you've taken the lid off, really, really easy to set up once you know what you're doing. What I shall probably do is I shall probably scratch a mark or make a mark, maybe with permanent pen, on here, exactly the right position to put my frames in. That's what I apologise for that flickering. That's the light. So rather than messing around getting it right each time, I'll just make a mark so that I can put it on there. But it's so easy to set up, and then putting it away, just drop all the bits off once you've cleaned it all up, and put the lid back on. Like that, simples. Right, let me show you around it. I'm going to get some close-ups, but bear in mind I haven't cleaned this yet, so it needs a good deep clean obviously before we use it. So, and it's quite light as well, or relatively light. Light enough that it's quite easy to move around, so I'll be able to push it backwards and forwards. I won't need to put it on wheels, but heavy enough that it's sturdy enough that it's going to do the job, which is quite nice. Packing it up, simple, just put all the stuff on the inside. What I quite like actually is that lid's quite flat. So on here it's going to give me an extra, not a work surface, but it's going to give me an extra tabletop, if you like, to put stuff on, and also if I need to, a bit of storage in there. So like that. So I've been online. There is no instructions for this, but like I said, it isn't rocket science, and Darius is brilliant. If you any problems at all, ring him up, any questions, and he'll put you straight. On that, I just want to point out, I forgot to say at the beginning, I'm not getting paid for this review. I'm getting nothing from it, so you get a complete, honest review. I'm a little bit annoyed that I can't find a fault with it. I'm supposed to be giving an honest review here, and if I can't find a fault with it, sometimes you don't feel like it's being honest. It's all a bit one-sided. So the only fault I have got then is that, if you remember, the film was cut around the handle on the lid, but not on the side. There you go, that's a fault. Sort that one out for next time, Darius. But no, Techtron UK, it's the 1.5 metre. It comes in a 1 metre and a 2 metre. The stainless steel is 0.8 mil thick, so it's quite thick, and it ticks all the boxes for hygiene standards. So yeah, if you're thinking of getting one of these, current price is £660. I don't normally like doing a review without actually using the products as well, but I can't see there's going to be any problems at all with using this. So rather than wait until the spring to get this review out, I thought there might be people that might want it before the upcoming season. So we'll get this review out. I like it a lot. Nice and sturdy, good machine. If you're thinking about getting one, I recommend you do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.